After the recent release of the Vine spell and how it is ruling top ladder right now, I thought to myself, what is the best spell in Clash Royale? That is exactly what we're ranking in today's video. There are a total of 21 spells in the game, and I'll be ranking them from the worst to best. And of course, you guys can comment down below whatever you want me to rank, and I will definitely look at it. I know there was a comment last video, and I'll definitely rank it next video. So we're starting off with the worst spell in Clash Royale. At number 21, I have the Void. And there's nothing much to say. This is a horrible card. Most spells are supposed to take down units, and this card does not provide the value to take down units. 3 elixir barely does any damage, just tickles the troops, and they can pretty much easily counter it by placing multiple troops inside of it. So there's really no point of using this card. Even in the overtime, this card is not even a good way to take down the tower, to do damage to the tower, because it barely does any. So this is why it's number 21. It's just a horrible card. Let's move on. At number 20, I have the Mirror. And it was so close to being the last spot. But the reason why I have it more than the Void is because, well, both of them are very useless, but I just think this one's just naturally better. And both of them are still horrible though. This card, it does not provide the value for 1 extra elixir, and most of the time it barely gets any value if you play it. So this is why it's number 20. Number 19 is its buddy, the Clone. And the Clone, the reason why I have it a bit higher than the Mirror is because it does have that surprise element. Even if you have Mirror, nobody cares that you have a Mirror. It's not going to get any value. But Clone, if you're building a huge counter push and you know that they don't have Elixir, this can get some value, but like once in a blue moon. So it's still a horrible card, but just at least better than Mirror. At number 18, I have the Freeze spell. This is just kind of like a brain dead card. I know mid-ladder players hate this thing. Even some top-ladder players don't expect it. And it only works with, it's also a surprise element. Balloon, Hog Rider, Royal Hogs, all that if you pair it with the free spell, even Graveyard. Yeah, I think this is going to be very good, but like, free spell is just way too expensive. It's inconsistent in my opinion. And that's why it's at number 19. Actually 18, my bad. At my number 17 spot, I have the Poison. And the thing about the Poison is that it's also way too expensive in my opinion, and it gets decent value. It's a very reliable card in overtime, and as a spell, you can also spell cycle with this thing, but it does mediocre damage, and you have to wait till the troop gets inside of the spell, and if it leaves, you're pretty much stranded with nothing. So this is why the Void is a bit inconsistent in my opinion. But it is very good and very reliable in overtime. At number 16, I had the Rocket. And the Rocket, it's mainly used in, you can say, Elite Barbarian decks, or any type of deck with lots of powerful cards. But the thing about it is that the usage rate is high, but like the consistency is a bit low. If you think about it, Rocket's very expensive and sometimes does get value, but it's not a reliable spell that you can choose over any other spell like arrows or log or anything. At number 15, I have the Royal Delivery. Now, this card is a very good defensive card. I'm gonna be very honest. It takes care of air and the ground, and the fact that it spawns a what's that called, Royal Recruit, is also very nice. But the fact that it doesn't fit in much decks, that's the problem. I don't see much decks with Royal Delivery. I don't even remember any one. So because of that reason, and the usage rates are very low, it's number 15. Oh my god, number 14 is Goblin Curse. Now, this card before the Vine spell was ruling top ladder. It was destroying the opponents. P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant was insane in the meta, but then they did the biggest nerf of all to it, this update, where it reduces damage amplification. It completely removed the damage amplification. Because of that reason, most people use this card because of the amplification. Now, the fact that it doesn't do the amplification anymore doesn't mean it's bad, but like the usage rates plummeted, and Divine Spell just took over. It literally replaced Goblin Curse in that deck. Because of that, it is number 14. And you may not notice, but this is actually my favorite card in Clash Royale. The fact that you can turn cards into goblins instead of spending 5 elixir on a party rocket, it's just insane. It's my favorite card in Clash Royale, but you know, it's a very sad nerf. Number 13 is the Barbarian Barrel. And the Barbarian Barrel, it's a very interesting card. It's like a replacement for the Log, but it doesn't get the same value as Log. That's the problem. Of course, it adds very good damage. I'm actually very happy with this card. I used this for a while. I was using this card for a while in mid ladder, but then suddenly I realized the Log was better. I switched to Log, and then I completely changed my deck. But still, this is a very effective card, but it's not as good as the other cards in this list. That's why it's number 13. It's not a bad card. At number 12, I have the Rage spell. Now, this thing is a bully. This card right here, it ruins the lives of many kids who play this game. And E-Barb's Rage, P.E.K.K.A. Rage, Goblin Giant P.E.K.K.A. Rage. Oh my god, this is such a toxic card. And yet, it gets countered very easily nowadays. I'm not sure why. But if you look at it as a card, it's very nice. It can take care of like one-shot troops. It does damage to those. And I actually used a combo like this. Royal Giant Rage, because a lot of people are carrying Skeleton Army, and because of that I won lots of games. This is a very powerful card, and if it gets the value, it's pretty much tower gone. So it's a very dangerous card to handle. But if you look at the other cards on the list, you know, you're gonna say, okay, wow, the Rage is kind of lacking in this list, and this is why it's number 12. At number 11, I have the Fireball. Fireball is the friend of many people in bottom ladder, low ladder, same thing. It can take care of Barbs, Flying Machine, Royal Hogs, etc., etc. But the problem is, because of the Fireball card, they literally created something called Fireball Bait. And from that deck, the usage rates of Fireball plummeted, completely went down. But it's a very powerful card, and the people who use it does see consistent success in using it. And because of that reason, it is at number 11. We are now entering the top 10, and at number 10, I have the Tornado. The Tornado is a very skillful card, one of the most skillful cards in Clash Royale. If you get an alignment with the Magic Archer, with this Tornado, it's like very insane. It's like insane value, lots of damage done on the tower. Not only that, you can get Hog Rider activations or your Hog activations, etc. with Goblin Curse, Goblin Barrel also. It's just a very skillful card and does get, mediocre consistency. But this is for the skillful players, and if skillful players know how to use it, well, you are toast. At number 9, I have the Snowball, the Giant Snowball. And yes, I will also be considering the spells for all of these cards. Evolutions. Evolutions for all these cards. The Snowball, Giant Snowball Evolution, and the Giant Snowball itself is a very useful card. It's so useful. You can fully counter Goblin Barrel with this thing. I've been countering Goblin Barrel with this thing. And the Giant Snowball gets insane offensive value. If they try to play something and you just push it back, boom, you get insane amount of damage done to the tower. They won't even expect it. That's how powerful this card is. But the next card I'm about to talk about in this list is a bit better than the Giant Snowball. That's why it's number 9 and not any higher. I think this is like a perfect placement for it. But I did my evolution ranking video. This actually ranked pretty high, so make sure to go watch that out. But the Giant Snowball, it's very good, very skillful card. The card that I talked about was better than the Giant Snowball is at number 8, the Zap. Also the evolution zap. The zap, it's a very interesting type of mechanic because it's not a spell that you would rely on to do damage, but as a spell to reset inferno cards or to kill any small units. And if evolution zap just makes it much better because it can kill things like minions, goblins, and gets that extra reset effect on inferno cards. This is a very powerful card. Top ladder players love this thing, and it is number 8 for a reason. At number 7, I have the Gob Barrel, and this also includes the evolution. The Gob Barrel is a very, powerful card. It's used in log bait. Actually, it can fit into any deck. Instead of a miner, if you put the Gob Barrel, it's actually gonna get values, including just like the miner. But the Gob Barrel, logs in the meta, arrows is in the meta, and the evolution, it's okay. It's actually pretty good, but not the best. But the reason why it's very high and much higher than the others is that it's a very consistent card. The usage rates are very high. The damage is also very high. It can get lots of damage done. At number 6, I have the Graveyard. Now, I'm actually a Graveyard player, so I actually love the Graveyard so much. I play Sneaky Graveyard with Battleram. You should try it out. I'll show you the deck in the posts. And the Graveyard is a very toxic card, very powerful card. If your opponent doesn't have a good counter for it, it can prove to be very effective, very dangerous. And the fact that it spawns lots of skeletons, it's just so good. It just gets consistent value. That's how it is. And there's no clear, how can you say? There's no clear counter to Graveyard. Your opponent have to overcommit to defend the Graveyard, or your opponent has to have poison to fully counter it. But nobody uses poison nowadays, so Graveyard is very powerful. That's why it is at number 6. At number 5, I have the Lightning. I love that Lightning. Everybody loves Lightning. It got the comeback of the century. The usage rates are at all-time high. It's never been high this much before, ever since its release. But this Lightning spell, you see, Furnace. Furnace is too overpowered, and Lightning fully counters it. So this is why Lightning has also seen a massive usage rate spike. And the Lightning itself is a very good tiebreaker card. But, it's powerful, but it can also get easily countered. Predictions are also happening here and there. So this is why it's at number 5 and nowhere else. This is a perfect ranking for Lightning. At number 4, I have Earthquake. Oh my god. Hog Earthquake. Royal Hog Earthquake. Oh my god, it's so disgustingly powerful. Any type of building they play, it's gone in 2 seconds, and then suddenly they play Hog Rider. What are you supposed to do, huh? Nothing. You can't do anything because it's so broken. The Earthquake is too powerful right now. I really want to see Earthquake nerfs. ASAP from Supercell, please nerf this thing. I keep playing Hog Rider Earthquake and I get absolutely demolished. It's so overpowered, man. So it's at number 4. We are now in the top 3, and surprisingly at number 3, I have placed the Log. The Log remained one of the best spells in Clash Royale for many years, many seasons, but now it's at number 3. And the reason is because log bait is not in the meta because of who, Furnace. Furnace just absolutely wrecks log bait, and there's no point of playing the log anymore because nobody plays log bait anymore. And the log itself, it's a very powerful card, and it also saw a huge nerf on the crown tower damage. It went from, I think, 54 to 45. That's actually huge because it's actually a very reliable spell if you're really close, if it's a really close matchup. But other than that, the log it's got nerfed. The usage rates are dropping for some reason. It's very shocking. At number 2, I have arrows. This should come in no surprise. It's the best spell in Clash Royale. The second best spell in Clash Royale. And it gets so much value. Oh my god. The predictions of Skarmies, minion hordes, gob barrels, archers, all yada yada yada. It is so good. I want to see Arrow's evolution. Maybe it leaves like a poison trail behind. I really want to see Arrow's evolution come to the game. It is so good. I love the Arrow so much. Usage rates are insane. Everybody loves the card. There's no complaint about it. It's the best, second best card in Clash Royale. But what is number 1? At number 1 today, I have the latest released Vine spell. This is dominating every single deck in the game right now. This is absolutely broken. At the point I'm releasing this video, they haven't done any nerfs to it. So, until then, it is ruling top ladder. And some people do use it in mid ladder, surprisingly. It's so good at defense. It's so good in offense. It's Evolution Hunter, but better, cheaper, and more effective than the Hunter. It is so good. A lot of people are using it. P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant deck literally swapped Goblin Curse for this card. It is that powerful. That's why it's number 1 on this list today. Please comment down below if you want to see any other rankings in Clash Royale that you want me to do. There was a comment in the last video about the evolutions, and I do want to note that out. I really want to do whatever ranking that you have told me to do. Definitely I'll do it next video. So until then, see ya.